I want to say a special welcome and appreciation for the mayor. He said some awfully nice things about me, but I will tell you, this is a man of great passion, of great conviction, and great character. I have witnessed him as a state senator and obviously now as the mayor of this city. And this guy does not shy away from a fight. And I value that and I appreciate it because that's how great leaders are born, and that's how you move a community forward to a level that we could only dream about many years ago. And I know that great things are in store for the city of Atlanta because of this great friend and this great mayor, Casey Cagle. Let's give him another round of applause. I want to say a special thank you to Tad for his great leadership. I also want to congratulate Doug for his new role here at ARC. I will tell you that Doug and I have had a long relationship over the years. I actually am finishing up my 17th year in public service, and it's hard to believe, but Doug and I have worked together very closely, and he is going to be a phenomenal leader for you here at the ARC. I also want to commend you on your plan, this 2040 plan. I think it is so critical as we look to the future, articulating where we want to be as a region and as a state. And I will tell you as well, as I was preparing for this today, I thought about some great examples. Some of those the mayor stole from me. But I thought about Singapore. And what is fascinating about Singapore is that in 1970, they had dismal dropout rates in their schools. And in 1979, they made a conscious effort. And what was phenomenal about this effort is that they didn't really have the natural resources that we as a state here in Georgia have. But they knew they had and could create intellectual capital. And they took a strategic move to be proactive with wholesale change as it relates to education, abandoning a one-size-fits-all model and focusing on the future. And as a result of that, they put an emphasis on math and science. By 1984, they went from a 60% failure rate to a 90% pass rate. The story gets even better. By 1995, they led the world in math and science and reading. And today, they are top 5 in the world as it relates to math and science. This is an example of a country that built an economy around education. You notice I didn't say built an education around the economy. I said built an economy around education. That takes a proactive stance versus a reactive stance. And I say that because all of us need to be challenged, whether we're in public life or in private life. You have to anticipate where the market is going to be, because unfortunately, when you show up late, you've missed the mark. Here in Georgia, we had a great governor named Zell Miller, and he made a strategic decision in the port in Savannah when he said, we're going to go out and recruit all of the big box retailers and have them put their distribution facilities in Savannah. And when we do that, the big ships will have to come to the destination center that we have created. the economic engine that has provided for our state because of a proactive strategic stance. That's what makes Georgia great. That's why we are the capital of the South. We are blessed with phenomenal assets, unlike Singapore. But the question is, what do we do with it? Do we sit idle and accept the status quo? Or do we reach and stretch higher than we could ever think? That's what defines this great state. And I will tell you, the T-SPLOST is a critical tool in order for our region and our state to move forward in a positive way. And I, like the mayor, we both live in a political arena. To get a unanimous vote is historic. And I hope we never forget how special and how unique that is. Because when we come together and are united as a region, nobody can stop us going forward. Proactive and reactive. Sometimes with proactive, you have to have wholesale changes. Sometimes you just need strategic changes to have the impact. I think of Grady. What a great resource for our community. And we weren't doing too well there. And it required a proactive stance that this region came together and said, we want the sustainability of this great facility. And because of public and private partnerships, there was a financial model put in place with a new governance structure that allows that entity to shine for the future. The same is true with what's going to happen with T-SPLOST. And I'm going to tell you that same opportunity exists with MARTA and other entities within our state that may not be at the level that we would like. I believe that if we're going to be the state and the region that we want to be, we're going to have to be proactive and aggressive in building upon the great assets that we have and focusing on the future, particularly as it pertains to our people, more specifically, our young people. I am convinced today more than ever that if the economy that we want to build for this region and for this state is going to be as successful as we can dream it to be, we have to abandon a one-size-fits-all educational system, and we have to be committed to designing an educational system that meets the need of the community, but more importantly, meets the need of the individual student. And when we do that, we will have educational excellence like we have never seen before. That's why I've promoted the charter school system concept, getting away and abandoning the one-size-fits-all model and telling an individual school system, you have freedom, you have flexibility, you have the opportunity to design the educational system you want for your community, and all we ask for is high accountabilities. And you know what? It works in business every day, and it can work in our school systems as well. The other thing that I've been focused on is college and career academies. And it's to say, what does the future look like? If 80% of the workforce tomorrow is going to need some kind of technical training, then we need more kids on a technical path of learning. They need pathways. They need to see relevance in what they're learning. And the number one reason that kids drop out of school is they don't see the relevance in what they're learning. Ladies and gentlemen, when you empower our young people, you believe in them and you give them a path, you give them an opportunity to experience the American dream, but more importantly, you give them the tools necessary to reach their goals. You've done something special. And when we think about the new economy, we think about what Georgia's going to look like going forward, I can tell you, the investment in our young people is the future. Singapore became a world leader because they abandoned the one-size-fits-all and they took a wholesale change to be proactive in their future. Georgia stands at the crossroads today. This region stands at that same crossroads. The economy is low. It provides the opportunity for us to step back, to reassess where we are, and anticipate what the future is going to look like. Not to be reactive, but to be proactive in developing that bright future. I'm convinced that with leaders like the mayor, leaders like the governor, the Speaker of the House, we're going to provide that bold, innovative model that is bright for Georgia. The governor and I and the chamber and so many others across the state have been working on competitiveness initiative, and I am excited about the opportunity for Georgia to do something big, to do something bold, to put something on the table that has everyone in the world looking at what we're doing in Georgia. We're rich in assets. The question is, are we going to take advantage and be proactive for the future? I say we are, and with the help of the ARC, that dream can become a reality. You are a critical part of our success. You as business leaders that risk your capital each and every day are also part of that vision. I want to thank you for your commitment. I want to thank you for what you do to make this state and to make this region a better place. Thank you so much, and God bless you.